There's been this ongoing debate online that streamers are the new rappers. And while it sounds catchy, it's not entirely true. Streamers didn't replace rappers, they just built a new lane right next to them. Both changed what it means to be a young, influential entertainer. Both shaped the slang, the jokes, the attitude of an entire generation. But they don't reach the same world. They speak to different corners of the same youth culture. Streamers like Kai Cenat, IShowSpeed, Bruce Drop Him Off, Your Rage, and Aiden Ross changed the blueprint for what making it looks like. They didn't need a record label. They didn't need a producer. They just needed a webcam, Wi-Fi, and personality. They showed kids that being yourself online can be a career, that you can make millions just by being entertaining, by being you. For a generation that spends most of its time indoors, gaming, and connecting online, streamers became their celebrities. They influence everything from how kids talk to what memes they quote to what brands they buy. But the difference lies in where that influence comes from. Before the streamers, rappers were the internet. They were the blueprint for expression, identity, and rebellion. When you think of NBA YoungBoy, you think of raw energy. He's chaotic, unpredictable, passionate, and his fans mirror that. They see themselves in his pain, his paranoia, his hunger. His music gives a voice to the kids who feel misunderstood, especially the ones who grew up in tough environments, the outside kids. He is to them what Tupac was for young people in the 90s. Rappers like YoungBoy, Lil Durk, Kodak Black, and 21 Savage still shape the streets. The same goes for the other side with rappers like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Sexy Red, Lotto, Glorilla, and Ice Spice. They all have impact. They influence the way people move, not just the way they talk. When YoungBoy drops, the world listens differently. His music hits like real emotion, something lived, not performed. When Nicki Minaj first popped, you saw girls, young and grown, all rocking the bang. Women wanted to embody her, look like her, carry her aura. Her legacy is approaching 20 years of influence. See, streamers and rappers both influence the youth, but they speak to different ecosystems. Streamers influence the kids inside, online, gaming, connected through Discord servers and Twitch chats. Rappers influence the kids outside, the ones who walk through real-world experiences, the block, survival. And while the internet often tries to compare the two, it's not a competition. It's a symbiotic relationship because when they collaborate, the worlds collide perfectly. Think about it. When Kai Cenat streams with rappers, it's not just content, it's culture meeting culture. When he brings in artists like V's, 21 Savage, Nicki Minaj, or Lil Yachty, it bridges both audiences. The kids who only knew these rappers from Spotify now get to see them be human. They laugh, they joke, they vibe. It makes the rappers more relatable, and it makes streamers more official. Each side boosts the other. Rappers get online personality exposure, streamers get street credibility. That's why comparing them misses the point. They're two halves of the same cultural coin. Let's take it back to the Kanye West and Keith Chief comparison. Kanye represented creativity, individuality, and intelligence, a reflection of the indoor dreamer. Keith represented authenticity, energy, and danger, the embodiment of the outside reality. Both were necessary. Both changed culture in different ways. Now fast forward to today. Kai Cenat is Kanye. NBA YoungBoy is Chief Keef. One represents the personality-driven, media-savvy internet star. The other represents the emotion-driven, unfiltered street poet. They're reflections of the same generation, just molded by different environments. Streamers didn't take from rappers, they just expanded entertainment. They made it so that being creative online is cool. They showed that charisma can be monetized, not just talent. But music still holds the emotional weight. Rappers soundtrack our lives. Streamers narrate them in real time. Both can coexist. In fact, both need each other because the streamer brings attention, but the rapper brings meaning. One gives us the moment, the other gives us the memory. So, no, streamers are not the new rappers. They're the next evolution of youth influence, the digital descendants of rap culture. They don't compete with artists, they amplify them. Because when Kai Cenat and NBA YoungBoy exist in the same timeline, you're not watching one replace the other. You're watching culture expand.